Hello, it's Pharmacist Michael here, and welcome back to the channel where we talk about happy, healthy living. Today, we're diving into a topic that can be really challenging for many people: getting off of SNRIs, like Venlafaxine and Duloxetine. These medications can be life-changing when you're on them, but when it comes time to stop, things can get tricky. So, why is it so hard to get off of SNRIs? Let's talk about it. SNRIs, or serotonin norepinephrine reuptake inhibitors, are medications used to treat depression, anxiety, and sometimes chronic pain conditions. They work by increasing the levels of two important neurotransmitters, serotonin and norepinephrine, in your brain. These chemicals help regulate mood and stress. While SNRIs can be really effective, stopping them suddenly or even tapering off can be challenging. So, why is that? Let's break it down into a few key reasons. First, let's talk about withdrawal. With SNRIs like Venlafaxine and Duloxetine, your brain gets used to having those boosted levels of serotonin and norepinephrine. These chemicals play a crucial role in regulating your mood, energy levels, and even pain perception. Over time, your brain and nervous system adapt to having these neurotransmitters in greater supply, which makes them part of your new normal. Now, when you stop the medication, even if you taper slowly, your brain has to readjust to working without that extra help. And here's where it gets tricky. Your brain doesn't instantly revert back to how it was before the medication. In fact, it can take weeks, sometimes months, to regain balance. This adjustment period can lead to a cluster of uncomfortable and sometimes distressing symptoms known as discontinuation syndrome. So what does discontinuation syndrome feel like? Well, symptoms can range from mild to severe and can vary depending on the individual and the dosage they've been on. The most common ones are dizziness, nausea, and headaches. But for some people, it goes beyond that. There's something many describe as brain zaps, those sudden electric shock-like sensations in the head that can catch you off guard. It's almost like a brief surge of static electricity in your brain, and it can be pretty unsettling. These zaps are one of the hallmark symptoms of SNRI withdrawal and can be a real barrier to stopping the medication. You might also experience mood swings, one moment feeling fine, and the next feeling anxious, irritable, or even depressed again. These emotional fluctuations can be confusing because it feels like you're backtracking on the progress you made while on the medication. Other symptoms can mimic the flu, muscle aches, fatigue, and a general feeling of being unwell. This combination of physical and emotional symptoms can make it feel almost impossible to stop the medication, even when you're doing everything right by tapering slowly. But why does this happen? Well, when you stop or reduce your dose, your brain is left scrambling to produce enough serotonin and norepinephrine on its own. It's almost like a supply chain disruption. And while your brain will eventually catch up, in the meantime, it's not producing enough of these chemicals to keep everything running smoothly. For some, the withdrawal can be so intense if they end up going back on the medication just to get relief. And that's why it's important to be aware of these potential symptoms before starting the discontinuation process, so you can work closely with your doctor to manage them effectively. Now, Venlafaxine in particular has a short half-life. This means that the medication leaves your system quickly, and as soon as it starts dropping in your bloodstream, withdrawal symptoms can kick in. This makes it especially hard to taper off, because your brain doesn't have much time to adjust between doses. For some people, even missing a single dose of venlafaxine can bring on symptoms, which is why it's considered one of the more challenging SNRIs to discontinue. Now let's clear something up. Being dependent on an SNRI is different from being addicted. Dependence simply means your body has adapted to the medication, and stopping it causes withdrawal symptoms. Addiction, on the other hand, involves cravings and compulsive use, which is not typically the case with SNRIs. You may become physically dependent on venlafaxine or duloxetine, but that doesn't mean you're addicted. This distinction is important because it helps guide how we approach discontinuing the medication. So, what can you do if you're looking to stop taking an SNRI? Well, first and foremost, never stop these medications cold turkey. Work with your healthcare provider to develop a gradual tapering plan. In some cases, doctors may switch you to another antidepressant with a longer half-life to help ease the transition. It's also important to track your symptoms during the taper. Some people may need to reduce their dose by smaller increments or stay on a particular dose longer to allow their brain more time to adjust. During the process of coming off an SNRI, it's crucial to support your body and mind through the transition. There are a few coping strategies that can help make the withdrawal symptoms more manageable, and they can also promote overall brain health during this challenging period. One of the best things you can do is exercise. Now, I know when you're dealing with withdrawal, the last thing you might feel like doing is working out. But studies have shown that even light physical activity, like walking or yoga, can boost the production of serotonin and endorphins, your body's natural mood lifters. Regular exercise helps regulate your mood, reduce anxiety, and improve sleep quality, which can all take a hit during withdrawal. It doesn't have to be intense. Just moving your body a little each day can make a significant difference. Another powerful tool is meditation or mindfulness practices. Withdrawal symptoms can leave you feeling mentally foggy, anxious, or out of control, and meditation can help ground you. Mindfulness meditation focuses on being present and accepting your emotions and physical sensations without judgment. This can help you develop a more peaceful, accepting mindset, even when you're experiencing discomfort. Breathing exercises or guided meditations can also reduce stress and help calm an overactive nervous system, which can be beneficial when your emotions are fluctuating. Let's talk about nutrition and supplements for a moment. One supplement often recommended for brain health is omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3s, found in fish oil and certain plant-based sources, are known to support brain function and may help reduce some of the mood-related symptoms of withdrawal. They work by supporting the health of the cell membranes in your brain and promoting the growth of new neural connections, which can help your brain adapt as it adjusts to lower levels of serotonin and norepinephrine. But I always like to stress the importance of consulting your healthcare provider before adding any new supplements or making major changes to your diet. While omega-3s and other supplements may offer benefits, it's essential to make sure they're safe for you, especially if you're already taking other medications or have any pre-existing health conditions. In addition to these strategies, good sleep hygiene is vital. Withdrawal can sometimes disrupt your sleep patterns, leaving you more vulnerable to mood swings and stress. Establishing a bedtime routine, limiting screen time before bed, and practicing relaxation techniques can help promote more restful sleep, which is key to emotional and physical recovery during this process. And finally, one of the most important things to remember is to be patient with yourself. It's okay if this process takes longer than expected. Coming off SNRIs is not a one-size-fits-all journey. Everyone's brain chemistry is different, and some people may need more time to taper off gradually. If you hit a rough patch, don't be discouraged. Sometimes taking smaller steps over a long period can lead to more lasting success. The key is to listen to your body and work closely with your healthcare provider to ensure you're doing what's best for your unique situation. Withdrawal can be difficult, but with the right tools and support, it's absolutely possible to come off these medications and still feel good about your health and well-being. Discontinuing SNRIs like Venlafaxine and Duloxetine can be tough, but with the right plan and support, it's absolutely possible. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos about living a happy, healthy life. If you've been through this process, feel free to share your experiences in the comments below. Your story might just help someone else who's going through the same thing. Thanks for watching, and remember, your health is in your hands. I will see you next time. My name is Pharmacist Michael. Be happy and be healthy.